character DP. But yeah, nah. Like I said, I'm okay with rubbing. Like if this rubs you the wrong way, then it just means you're just too in your own hole, and that's the main thing. I'm always self-conscious. Too many high-level people live in their own little bubble. You know, they think their game, and I even experienced it with BB tag players, and I found them obnoxiously annoying to deal with because I cared about BB tag growing. I taught lower level people. Good example, like one of them, and this one is a different case. But as someone, like I said, one of the biggest advices I give people who want to teach fighting games is that remember, assume they know absolutely nothing. Do not. That's why I never do motion inputs, and I will always introduce concepts, and I never touch anything high level. I always go start with buttons, right? And this dude was getting annoyed with teaching one of my best friends, actually. He's like, oh man, I do notations. It's kind of annoying that doesn't know what I understand. It's like, dude, why would he know what notations are? And you have to go to them. This is the thing, is you go to their playing field. This is not you. You're the that teach them. They're not coming to you. You're going to them. Like, even if they come to you, you still got to go to them. As a good teacher, you go on their level. Right, and you got to realize they play a completely different game. Like the things you do in none of that matters. Optimal combos, no. You're here to be like, okay, cool. How can we teach you to? We need to get into your brain that jab is best boy up close. That's where you're at. And by that same notion, what were you pressing back for? This no. Get rid of that trash. You better learn what square, triangle, circle, and X do. You're on their fucking level. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're bringing them with them. You know, like, you didn't know what notations fucking were. That's why I'm a huge advocate for fuck off for notations, especially anime. Those are garbage. Like, once you get good enough, then all right, learn your notations. Tekken and Street Fighter. Anime notations can still go fuck themselves, but that's subjective, right? Or objective? Yeah, whatever. But again, when you're teaching a beginner, no, there is no ifs, ands, or buts, because you want to make the experience as smooth as possible. You know, there's something one of my teachers told me is like, when you start with anyone, immediately go to where they're at. Be like, okay, find out where exactly they're at. Then from there, find whatever they're most comfortable and what they know, and start with there. A good example, I remember this episode of King of the Hill where he's teaching a football player. Peggy Hill couldn't do anything to teach him. He just couldn't get it, right? He's just the way he is. But then the second she made the correlation, oh, he's really good at football. She started making references to football, to what was the subject, and he immediately understood. And that's why you should never use notations when teaching players. If they know how to use their control, they know what square, triangle, X, circle, R1 is. You don't even gotta tell them what they do. You just say, oh, in this situation, press R1. And they will just do it because it is naturally embedded in them. You get what I'm saying? There's too many barriers. You have to go to where in their comfort spot. Find something that they really like and then correlate that. Like, find a game. Like, I mean, it's easy for me. Like, do you play Call of Duty? Even some people, believe it or not, they change their buttons to be like Call of Duty. And you know what? That's fine. Then you adjust to them. Be like, okay, so you like it. What do you like to do? Oh, I like quick scope. And then find the closest thing to that technique and make them master that. You know? And I mean, mini tangent, but that's what I'm gonna get at, right? It's just that. So when I think about these things, I'm always self-conscious about these high-level people, but you people don't remember what it's like to be a beginner, and I can tell because you're all god-awful fucking teachers. The FGC, I'm sorry, 90% of you are the most garbage teachers I've ever fucking seen. I know because I've been in enough goddamn chats, and you are awful. I see the beginners literally sit there and be like, I'm confused, I don't get it. I come in and they're like, holy shit, I get you. Because I'm like, oh yeah, press square, triangle, circle. And they're like, oh yeah, like you guys are saying ABC and this and that. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, terrible teachers. I literally come in for 3 seconds. So press square, triangle, circle. And they're like, oh shit, that's cool. They were sitting, I've been sitting here for an hour and I didn't learn a single combo. That's how useless y'all motherfuckers are. And I'm trying to appeal to them, the square, triangle, circle people, not the fucking Canadian zip code motherfuckers. Like, you guys are gonna buy Under Night anyways. You don't give a shit what I say. You guys are just mad that I'm criticizing it. I'm being honest. I want to get to the people who are like, huh, square go burr, you know, and I want them to be like, square go burr, triangle go burr, circle go burr. I'm glad you're liking my analogies, Chrono. Okay, that's just how I am. I just shit talking. I know. Sorry for the mini tangent, but what are your thoughts on that random shit I just went off a bit? So before I
think that you're like making some good points about like where to like start teaching someone. Like, you have to start from the beginning. You have to start where like what they understand, what they understand like at that moment, right? You can't just like get like too deep into the game because everything's gonna be going over their head, right?
So I'm glad you at least agree, right? But